O, dawaj to. To może być dobre. To będzie fajny materiał. Sytuacja Diablo 4 jakoś tak się siakoś złożyło, że jest jeszcze bardziej szalona. Ej, ja wam muszę powiedzieć coś, co wy musicie serio docenić. Wiecie, że w Polsce macie bardziej złożony content na temat hack and slashy? Może nie ogólnie hack and slashy, ale Diablo 4 niż ogólnie macie za granicą? Ogólnie w Diablo 4 są uprawione takie, to nie są może populizmy, ale takie bardzo podstawowe rozwiązania, które wcale nie mówią jakoś giga dużo i nie rozwijają tej formuły, nie tłumaczą, jak u podstawy wygląda ten błąd. A to, co my z chłopakami robimy, to jest giga dobre, tak uważam, ale dawajcie, obejrzymy.
You see, if you didn't see the last video, Diablo 4 has a bit of a situation at the moment in which the numbers have gone from, you know, Diablo 3 2.0 to Diablo 3 200.0, because at the moment people are absolutely blasting some crazy numbers.
Zajf, bardzo proszę o wstawienie tutaj shota, proszę bardzo, gdzie za pierwszym razem odpalam Diablo 4 i mówię, ta gra to jest nowe Diablo 3. Czekaliście na to. Proszę go tu wstawić, ja poczekam. Ta gra to jest kurwa Diablo 3 w nowym kolorze. Jak ludzie się dziwili, dlaczego to ma takie małe wymaganie i dlaczego to ma 970 w zalecanych, dlatego, że no to bazuje guys na Diablo 3, to jest serio przerobione Diablo 3. Po co pisać nowy system gry, jak możesz skopiować poprzednią? No, to jest tyle lat czekania na patch do Diablo 3. Pamiętajcie to, co mówili wszyscy youtuberzy i streamerzy, którzy mieli możliwość wypowiedzenia się po poprzednich betach, że Diablo 4 łączy najlepsze elementy Diablo 3 i Diablo 2. Z Diablo 2 ma nazwę, a z Diablo 3 ma wszystko pozostałe. I co kurwa, kto miał rację? No, kto jest pierdolonym mesjaszem? No oczywiście, że ja. Oczywiście, że kurwa ja. No i dziękuję. Kontynuujemy materiał. Jak już Polaków boli dupa, że poczuli się gorsi, to możemy lecieć dalej.
We went from the 17 damage druid to the 17 trillion damage spiritborn. And you know, one of the builds have already been nerfed. Here's a video about what it looks like afterwards. This is Rack showcasing it. I mean, still looks pretty good. Those numbers aren't absolutely ridiculous, but you know, I mean, the build's still viable. And if you're thinking that build still looks really strong, I mean, you would be a sane person. Now, what's happening with the numbers is...
Wy się nie zgodzicie z tym, ale liczby z tych gier powinny być totalnie wyjebane. W PE nie ma liczb, jest zajebiście. W Diablo 2 nie ma liczb, jest zajebiście. One nie powinny być ogólnie dostępne. No, mi się z mobilkami kojarzy.
I almost thought they were inventing words for this one, but apparently it's quadrillion. Here's a screenshot from Lucky's Twitter. Apparently he hit for 234,401 trillion. In the last video, I was feeling bad for hitting for 500 million because you have to hit for multiple billions and trillions, apparently. Now, if you're not hitting for hundreds of thousands of trillion, I mean, do you see how...
Ej, jak bardzo musi być zjebany kod tej gry i balans, że grę balansuje się operując na takich liczbach? Jakim cudem przestrzał pomiędzy najsłabszym a najsilniejszym buildem w Diablo 2 wynosi, nie wiem, 20 000 z kawałkiem na hammerze i to wystarczyło? I to i tak było absurdalne? A takie dobrze napierdalające klasy biły po, nie wiem, ile taki Fireball bił? 12 000 z 16? I to już było tak naprawdę dużo? Po co?
Fast these, like, this is worse than actual inflation. Now, I'm something of a gamer myself, so I had looked up a build on max roll for a rogue because I was like, you know what, let's try a different class that doesn't one-shot every single thing in the game and, you know, is literally one-shotting future content down the road because it's warping the actual space and time continuum it's hitting for so much damage. And let's try a character with some self-respect that's hitting for normal numbers. So I spent the last 2 days, you know, farming with viewers, some Uber drops. I got fully masterwork, the right helmet. I got the shroud of, you know, was previously bugged, now is actually good. I have all these other, like, items. Maybe they're not fully masterwork, but, you know, they're getting there. Some greater affix. I got a triple roll of the double damage. I was feeling pretty good about that. You know, some of these are all right. It's not 100% done. Obviously, there's masterwork left to be done, but it's all the right...
Sorry, możecie lubić albo nie lubić Diablo 4, ale musicie przyznać, to wygląda jak pierdolona mobilka, nie?
Things in the right categories, got my resistances, got the armor,
Więcej ile miałem na Lord of Destruction, było 52k na piorunie. No. Na Niedźwiedziu też chyba, na Berserku też można było jakieś absurdalne, a co to było, nie wiem, może 50-80k też faktycznie.
You know, 11,000
Patrzcie, te gwiazdki, te jakieś świecidełka, te kopie kuleczki, patrz ile tu jest. Tu masz przedmiot i ma tak. Gwiazdkę, klejnocik, liczbę, no nie? I więcej gwiazdeczek. Co to jest? Wy to widzicie? Czy to jest jak jakaś totalna mobilka?
health, and I thought, hey man, I mean, it's not all the way done, but like, you know, I got Paragon, I got the glyphs, I got
Jakiś
all
systemu ktoś w Diablo 4 zrobił build, że zadawał nieskończoność obrażeń zamiast cyferek, pokazywało się znaki nieskończoności. Co ty gadasz?
this. I'm copy pasting someone who's smarter than me build. Like, let's fucking go. Let's see what some other classes have to offer. So let's load up a tier 80 and show you what it looks like when you're playing a non-Spiritborn. All right, here we go. And because we are playing a rogue class, we've got to make sure we first do the shroud, and then we have to make sure we do the concealment for the bonus, and now we got to go ahead and do an imbuement, and then we have, so that way we can ramp it in.
Ale zajebisty build. W hack and slashu rzucasz sobie 3 buffy, czy takie pre-buffy i pijesz 2 poty. To w chuj. Ktoś to przekminił.
Then we can actually do some damage. And here we go, and we're hitting for, I mean, that's almost 100 million. So that was my character that I spent 2, almost 3 full, you know, streamer no life degenerate days getting to work. And, you know, maybe I could do tier 80 if I got super lucky. Be clear, there's people that can hit, you know, billions of damage still with that same build. It's not done. It has room to grow. In fact, I might be able to clear tier 85. But I would like to show you something else now. Here's my Gorilla Man. And I would like to point out that on this build, not only is it not very complete at all, and if we go to Paragon, I don't even have any glyphs at all. I bet you'll never guess how much stronger it is than my rogue. All right, 130, 160 million, 170 million, 333 million. So we are currently hitting for 3 times the damage that my other character, 420 million, excuse me, 4 times the damage. And again, this character is missing not just bonus stats, it's missing multiple multipliers that actually I literally have no glyphs on this character versus level 60, 70 glyphs on my rogue, who's more min-maxed with all of the right everythings. And there's room to grow on both, but the room to grow on the rogue is like, wow, man, you can really hit up to, you know, 10 times more damage than you're doing right now on the rogue. But you want to see how much more damage you have room to grow on that gorilla build? All right, here you go. Here's Rob's video, 98,000 trillion. So when I get to hit 1 billion damage on my rogue, I will have basically 10x'd my average damage, which will be 1 billion. And then, in order to hit 1 trillion damage, I will need to 1,000 times my damage somehow on my rogue. I'm talking, I need to just pull out of my ass multiple multiplier.
Postać, która jest 1000 razy silniejsza od innej, to chyba nie jest problem balansu, nie? Nie wiem, jak mu się Diablo nie podoba, mógłby nagrać jeden materiał na ten temat, nie monetyzować hejtu i po prostu dać jakiś feedback, napisać post i nie grać. Mi się akurat spoko grało, ten dodatek, i nie widzę problemu, nie? Po co, nie? Jak jest to grifter? Ale kurwa grifter, ja pierdolę. Nie, typ sąd, czy ja monetyzuję hejt? Typ jest. Za rok go pewnie w internecie już nie będzie, nie? Pewnie już jest dawno zblacklistowany u niektórych firm.
Or somehow to do the same damage. And that's after I've already connected it. Then, if I want to hit these types of numbers, after having 10x and 1,000 times my damage, now I only need to do a cool 98,000 times the damage. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a visual indicator. Here's how much damage I am currently doing on my rogue after going on my 3rd day, okay? I'm hitting 100 million. I'm feeling pretty good. Now, if I manage to add on 3 more zeros, I am now doing 100 billion, in which I'm feeling pretty good. Now, if I happen to add on 3 more zeros, I will be doing 100 trillion, and I will be feeling pretty good. At that point, 100 trillion, I still need to add another 1, 2, 3 damage numbers, and then I will be hitting 100 quadrillion damage. At that point, we will only need to double this number in order to hit for this amount, which is the original photo.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17, 0. Kurwa. Dobrze sobie poradzi ta gra w przyszłości, tak mi się wydaje. Jeżeli tak rok po premierze my już mamy 17 biliardów obrażeń, to będzie git. Wiecie, co zrobią? Zrobią teraz stat squisha na nowym kontencie, a na starym kontencie stat squish będzie się musiał skalować, więc na starym będziesz zadawał jeszcze więcej obrażeń. Czyli na nowszym to będzie wyglądać lepiej. To będzie dosłownie to samo, co w WoWie. W WoWie też w pewnym momencie przysadzili, kurwa, z liczbami, zrobili stat squisha, ale no stat squish nie mógł być przywiązany do starego kontentu, więc na starym kontencie też bierzesz absurdalne wartości.
To double this number in order to hit for this amount, which is the original photograph we started with, the 234,000 trillion, otherwise known as 234 quadrillion. Small little gap there. That's like trying to race somebody's, Aventador while you're in a Honda Civic. So all these videos I do like top tips and tricks, like best way to start Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. Here's the real tip and trick. Just roll a Spiritborn because you don't even need half of the multipliers. The reality is, again, this is probably bugged. This is an entirely different build. This is resolve and armor stacking as well, but I would assume, I would hope that this is yet another bug, because if we're hitting for quadrillions of damage at this point, I know we skipped some numbers there. We were hitting for you hit a couple million, few million. You're feeling pretty good on hit. We kind of just decided to just snowball right past the billions, and we went straight to trillions. And then, fuck it, trillions aren't good enough, quadrillions. On the last video, I was kind of memeing that, I'm not really sure where we're going to go with this. Maybe we're going to hit quadrillions. Well, actually, we did.
Patrz, tam w te są wszystkie drzewki tego kota, kurwa, ile musiałeś, że tą masę utrzymać.
And I literally do not know the number that goes from quadrillions into what. I've never been in a situation in my life where I've ever had to even think about a number that's bigger than quadrillions. My previous knowledge at least capped out at 2.147 billion because that was the RuneScape max cash stack. I yet again would assume that we're going to see some bug fixes for this type of stuff. And if you actually look here, this is Blizzard's page, right? It says, okay, look at this new build, bug fixes. And if you scroll down, it says various stability improvements. Boom, the end. I imagine Blizzard's in a bit of a tricky situation with this one. Okay, we have an out-of-control rampant...
Ej, kurwa, oni nie wiem, chyba będą musieli zrollbackować ten dodatek i go napisać od nowa pod względem matematycznym, bo jak oni to mają naprawić? Muszą napisać matematykę dodatku jeszcze raz. Well played. Well played, Blizzard.
Bug that's literally hitting for million times more damage than any other class.
Ej, ja mam rozwiązanie na to. Słuchajcie. Po prostu usunąć liczby z tej gry i zawsze będziesz wszystko zabijał na hita. Co wy na to? I wtedy nie będzie problemu z balansem, jakim grać buildem, nie będzie problemu z itemami, czy ktoś jest lepszy, gorszy, po prostu żebyś zabijał wszystko na hita, a bossa na 10 i tyle. Zalokować postacie na damage'u i essa. Jak wchodzisz na wyższy poziom trudności, to musisz zdobyć itemy drugiego tiru. Ja takie bzdury gadam, ktoś obejrzył ten materiał, serio myśli, że idiotą jestem, nie? Ale rozwiązałoby to sytuację.
It's associated with the class that the people had to purchase in order to play. So those people are coming in and are going to want to play the class because it's obviously on the top of everyone's tier list because every goddamn build is bugged and hitting for, literal quadrillions. I almost said billions of damage. That would have been terrible. Quadrillions of damage. So what do? Do we nerf it after people just bought it and then everyone's like, oh, I bought this thing and then you just nerfed it. And then everyone does the meme of exploit early and exploit often again. There's a million different ways in which they're fucked. If they nerf it, everyone's mad. If they don't nerf it, everyone's like, dude, the balance in this game is dog shit. I'll be interested to see what they do decide to do because at this point, people can do everything in the game with an actual one. It's a literal one punch man in which everything gets obliterated in one hit. There is no content in the... It's like Ho the Barb. Remember Ho the Barb in Season 2 that would one-hit everything with Ho the Barb, but you kind of had to, set it up? This is... You can AoE, one-shot everything, and teleport to the minion while being extremely tanky and fast. You can do actually everything. It is the most busted I have ever seen any build, any character in any game. You're a literal god. So who knows where they go with this one? I would assume they're going to nerf this, probably pretty soon. Because it's gone beyond the point of, don't nerf my Spiritborn, I just bought them, to, wow, that's kind of a problem. Either way, it's hilarious. I don't know where it's going to go next. I don't know what the number after quadrillion is. Maybe one of you happen to know off the top of your...
Jest liczba, nie? W 64-bitowym zapisie ktoś pisał na czacie, która jest maksymalną liczbą, jaka może zostać osiągnięta.